Jam Fam.
Jam Fam.
Jam Fam.
Welcome back. Jam Fam Season 2, Episode 2. It just feels good to be back and know that we have all committed ourselves to another week of just fun pageantry in college football. Big week this week. We got a lot on deck. We got to recap the bowl games. We got to go into the college football bracket, and there's also some naughty coach things that's been happening that we can dive into. But starting off, guys, it's naughty and it's bad. If we are going in order of how this all happened, I mean, Texas Tech played BYU in the bowl games. Let's recap all of them real quick. I was watching Mormon Moms at the time. BYU went up early. Texas Tech then dominated, probably because the Mormon Wives Union was not that great. But what is everyone's thoughts here?
I couldn't hear the last part because somebody's deviated septum is just taking over the show again.
So what's everyone's thoughts on Texas Tech?
Oh, okay.
I mean, they look good.
They look great.
This is a riveting, in-depth podcast.
Defense. All right. Fine. I'll give some real analysis. Looks really good. I'm impressed by him. I'm a big fan. Just through knowing him in CFB 25. I know he was a frequent transfer portal enterer if you were a dynasty guy. But the defense is absolutely humming. They made BYU look like a high school football team. That was really impressive. I'm very high on Texas Tech. Don't really care about the conversations around the Big 12 and how strong the conference is. I think Tech is absolutely legit.
Yeah, I don't care. Their logo's fun. Their weight room's insane. If you ever look at the in-depth background, wow, look at all these weights. And I think that's cool, right? You need to push around weight to make weight. Thoughts?
Agree.
Yep.
Push weight, make weight.
Push weight, make weight. BYU, though, interesting. They kind of stunk, just going to be honest. And that's really that game, people. I mean, it was just a Texas Tech route pretty much after the first drive. Really brings us to some interesting bowl games. So when we dive into what really happened here, I think we have to go ahead and bring up the SEC. Bama, Georgia. Wow. It was a tale of two cities, but only one city was really standing. What are our thoughts here?
I was a little shocked, to be honest with you. I thought it would be a more competitive game. And, Georgia kind of ran away with it.
Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off there. Didn't we predict who was winning what games? What did you guys predict?
Yeah, I'm happy to eat my words. I said last week they own them until further notice. They no longer own them. Gladly eat my words.
And you? Which side? I forget.
I picked Georgia.
And Notre Dame's in the ACC.
Yep. Two things that are just not that factual. But continue.
Take it on the chin, big dog.
Yeah, Aaron took the words out of my mouth. I really thought... I figured Georgia would win. They were the favorite, and it was their game to lose until they proved that they could beat Bama like that.
I get that. To say. How do you feel if they were to match up in the college football playoff? Because really, this game had no impact. Because they needed Bama to get in. Bama generates a lot of money. They had a good schedule. If they lost to Georgia, they could be, they lost Georgia twice, one of the top-ranked teams. Do we think if they played when there's actual stakes on the line, it would go the same or different?
This year? I think it's going to go the same. I feel like Georgia's just going to win again.
Just win again?
I don't know if it would be a 21-point blowout, but I could see Georgia winning by double digits, like low double digits. I just think the defense has vastly improved since the first time they faced Bama. Not to say that Bama's offense has been above average this year. Obviously, Simpson's done a nice job for the most part. But I would say Bama took early control of that first matchup, and they kind of relied on the defense. That was not a high-scoring game. I feel like it ended in the low 20s per side, if I remember correctly. I think Georgia's defense has been absolutely dominant since then, and I would take them to win relatively handedly in another matchup.
Do you think Georgia wins it all?
I don't know. I'm not sure I'm ready to give you my pick yet. I don't know if it's going to be later this episode or if it's going to be this episode at all, but I'm not sure I'm ready to give you my pick.
Okay.
I can't lie. When we were going through this, I was going through the rest of the schedule, and I was thinking about the ACC schools, and then I was just thinking about Florida could have a bad record next year, but then if they're the top of the SEC and they win it, they can get in the college football playoff. And that's where my mind has been the last 10 seconds, and God, I just can't wait. And here's the thing, though. Let's talk about Duke, Virginia. Before we get to the Big Ten, I mean, that was the most fun game all day. Can we agree with that?
100%.
100%. Without a doubt.
And I'm so thankful that it extended past the end of the Big Ten championship. It was the perfect ending to the night.
Perfect. Yeah. Because it was like we care, but we don't really care that much unless you're a Virginia fan. And you just had your heart ripped out. I mean, that was sad. That's like when you go to Dairy Queen and you really want a Blizzard, and then you show up there and then there is no Blizzard. And not because you wanted to eat it, but because you just wanted to go like this in front of someone. That's what it was like.
I knew that's where you were going.
Yep.
Yep.
I feel like we're really just building this chemistry. It's only episode 2, but
It's fantastic.
Like, I know what Mark's thinking right now.
Oh my god.
I can't say it on the show, but I know what he's thinking.
If I
You
could,
can
I
say
would.
it. You can say what I'm thinking.
Okay. Go for
I'm not
it.
sure I'm ready to give you what you're thinking right now. Might not be this episode.
I mean, I'm thinking about Notre Dame in the ACC.
That's the favorite. Do you think Notre Dame would have won if they played either of those teams, Virginia or Duke?
You'd probably assume so, right?
I think they would have.
I think it would have been a rout.
Yeah, I think it would have blown them the F out.
Yeah. Probably would have been like a 30-point win.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to that part in a moment.
Unbelievable finish.
Unbelievable. The
That was
overtime
awesome.
and then not being able to do anything. I mean, that catch was insane to get them there.
It was wild.
And then you just do nothing as the favorite. I mean, that was just sad. Bad, sad. Gotta be mad. Can't be glad. But here's
Bad.
bad. Big Ten. Indiana, Ohio State. Who called what again? Who was on Indiana?
Extremely relieved that I get to come on here and eat my words once again.
Yep. Me.
Thank you, Kurt Signetti. Thank you, Indiana Hoosiers.
Yep.
Indiana's looking really good. I mean, well, I'm curious to see how far they go in the playoffs, but you got to figure pretty far.
Think so. I mean, he's humming them.
Yeah.
I'm going to interject real quick and do a Fernando Mendoza post-game interview impression. That's all I have to say.
That
was
was incredible.
horrible.
I thought he was right there.
Wow.
I thought that was our first podcast guest. I got nervous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But shout out Fernando Mendoza, future New York Jet. Okay, sorry.
Would you want him to be a future New York Jet?
I mean, yes, but for his own sake, no, because I actually like him. Like, he's a huge dork, don't get me wrong, but I mean that in like the nicest way possible. This just seems like a great person. He's a good quarterback. The Jets don't need a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Like, they just need a guy. Sorry, I don't want to derail this whole conversation, but they just need a guy. They need a Jared Goff type. Come on, above average. Make throws when you need him to. Game manager. He elevates the offense. He knows how to play in the system. Come on. That's all they need. They need a guy with a brain. They never had a quarterback with a brain. All right.
Who was the last quarterback with a brain that was a New York Jet?
I mean, Darnold, I guess. Like, I'm still not 100% sold on his brain. Don't get me wrong. But before that, Mark Sanchez, maybe. I mean, Fitz is a turnover machine. And then, yeah, I know. For 2 years, maybe Mark Sanchez, but he was no genius.
Yeah.
Chad Pennington, I guess. Shout out Chad Pennington, fathead that used to sit on my childhood wall. Yeah, okay, Gino. Yeah, he was. Remember when Gino got punched in the face by his own lineman? That was awesome.
I forgot about that.
That was the craziest thing ever.
That's awesome.
All right, anyway.
Man. That's the thing, though. I think Indiana's going to do well. I've been kind of saying, you said even on the podcast last time, or on the trial one where none of us edited, and then we're like, all right, who's who is basically that the Spider-Man meme, that Ohio State's frauds. Now you say, oh, well, you have Michigan, and they did the whole thing, and I was like, okay, you know more about college football than me. But in the back of my head, I was like, Ohio State has not played any. And we've seen this happen all year. You just need one offense to go in there, shut down, steamroll their defense a little bit. What are they going to do? Sure, saying he's great, he has all these completions, but against who? That's the whole thing. That's why I like Indiana. Is Ohio State going to make a deep run? We'll find out. We'll find out when we get to that section. People, that is our bowl games. That is our bowl games. Any remarks? Do we think that, before we hop into the brackets, our shockness, do we think that bowl games should be around it?
Mark is the less knowledgeable college football.
Do you want to lead it off?
No, I want you to go first. And I didn't mean that as an insult. It sounded insulting.
No, it's fine.
I didn't mean that as an insult. Self-proclaimed less knowledgeable.
I have an issue with the bowl games, per se, but I feel like they need to change something. I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know, because maybe you just have the bowl games mean something. Because they really don't. They don't.
I should
really
have
have
said conference
incentive.
championship.
No, but there needs to be like an incentive for the playoff bracket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but we're not getting into the. All right, I'll just say my take. I don't understand how the decision makers are thinking about these championship games. Like, is Bama, because they made it to that game, do they get the bump even though they're not really supposed to count for, the bracket to get in?
Well, are you referring to? I think Ofeko is referring to just bowl games in general, right? The
No, that's where I
playoff
messed
ones?
up. I meant conference championship.
Oh, all right. Should we cut that?
No.
No, that's fine. I mean, there needs to be some kind of incentive for the playoffs.
So you think it should count?
Yeah, I mean, and the incentive is if you win the Big Ten championship, like, you more or less get the bye. So,
Okay.
like, I understand that there is. It just, something just doesn't. I think they don't have everything figured out yet because it's so new. Like they're changing it again next year, and they'll probably add something else where they change it again.
Well, to counter, that was why they initially had it last year that the top 4 conference champions, or I guess, top 4 conference champions got 4 buys. That was kind of the incentive. But then you ended up having Boise State, right? Yeah, you ended up having Boise State as the 4 seed, and you had conference champion Clemson, who was like 9-3, 10-3. They were the 12. So it just didn't make sense. And I honestly, I feel like we're having the same problem this year, and no disrespect to Tulane and JMU, but now we have 2 G4 schools in, and there are at least 6 or 7. Oh, God. There are at least 6 or 7 schools in that top 25 that deserve to be in over JMU. And so I don't think you can further incentivize conference championship games. I mean, I don't know. I'm happy to hear ideas, but I do agree that like a team like BYU gets essentially screwed over for playing in their conference championship because now they would like we had this whole discussion last week where even if Bama loses, should they be out? And I said no, they shouldn't be penalized for playing an extra game. They weren't. BYU was, and I understand why BYU was. But then you can go and say, okay, Bama lost 3 games, and they were non-competitive in their conference championship as well. Mark, I understand your point. It's just there's too much gray area around it now. Yeah, and I think, I have one more point before you jump back in. I do think I'm not saying you in particular are undervaluing it, but I think conference championships are undervalued in general. I think they mean a lot more. No, just in general. I think people undervalue the importance of winning your conference. Like from a team standpoint, like it's a big milestone. Winning your conference is a big deal, and I think the players and the coaches care a ton too.
Do you think as time goes on, though, they're going to care less because they're like we're in the playoffs? Like who cares if we're a 7th seed or 8th seed?
I think the expanded playoff has diminished the value of a conference championship,
and I think it's going to take one team, like let's say Ohio State, and their star player gets injured in the conference championship. I think it's going to take one example of that for teams to then kind of look at it a little differently.
I guess, but. This existed before, this existed with the 14 playoff too. It was part of the criteria for most years.
Yeah, but the 14 playoff started, 4 years ago?
No, it started in 2014.
2014, so a little over 10 years ago.
How many was it before that?
Nothing. It was 2. It was the top 2.
It was a bowl game, essentially.
Voted teams.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a national championship. What do you mean it was a bowl game? It was a bowl.
They all are bowl games. Like that's the thing. Even in the playoffs, they're all technically.
Gotcha.
Well, branding.
No, but they're bowl games.
I thought that was the initial question that Afeka was asking here, and I was going to say I think bowl games are important.
Yeah.
Even if you're not in the college football playoffs.
Yes.
For what? Just to see who else is out there, your talent roster, all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, again, like opt-outs. That I guess opt-outs really started around the college football playoff being introduced. I don't know. I'm sure it happened before this, but the earliest I remember guy opting out of a ball game was like 2015, 2016. Yeah. But anyway, that again diminishes some of the entertainment value when you don't have the top guys playing. Guys are gonna go to the draft. But it's fun for a team. Like you get extra practices. It's important for the school to evaluate. It's called like some guys who enroll early are eligible to participate in bowl practices, so it's a good evaluation opportunity and learning experience for them. And it's also a chance for them to get a trip to a neutral site, like see a new city, play in a cool, unique game. I don't know. I think there's value in having it. And then also it's like when you have hundreds of teams, you're going to basically compete for 12 spots and everything else is going to be deemed meaningless. Like it's a nice way to end the year.
Fun. It's a pageantry of it.
It's tradition.
Makes you want to put on dress, high heels, and just have some fun, listen to some Britney Spears with a boombox, press play, press replay. It's just all that. That's basically what it is. You're telling me. Well, people, that's our introduction to the college football playoff. We have 12 teams now. We have 12 teams to go past. I say we go 12, talk about each one, then go to number 1. Talk about the controversy when the controversy one comes up. Honestly, we can lump these 2 in together because who cares? JMU and Tulane. My opinion, it should just be the top 12 schools. Honestly, who cares? Like, big whoop, JMU won the Sun Belt or whatever it is. What do you want? Congrats. People make Ritz crackers sometimes with that weird, gross orange cheese. Like, no one cares. And then Tulane, I mean, sure, they're probably better than LSU because they're garbage, but who cares? It's the AAC. Temple University was in the AAC. Can you guys ask me what it was like in the level of football I saw?
What was it like?
And the level of football I saw?
And the level of football you saw?
It wasn't great. It just wasn't great. It's no SEC, it's no Big Ten, it's no AAC. Bad. Even with Notre Dame's in there. It's just bad. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I don't. I do think that there needs to be a reason, and it's kind of almost a continuation of our previous conversation. Like, there needs to be a reason for the G4 teams to care. Like, they should be playing for something. So I understand why that auto bid exists for them. But I'm a big fan of Tulane this year. And besides the fact that they already got smoked by the team that they're playing against,
They
right?
have 2 losses. That's my issue. Like, if you're undefeated, sure, whatever. You don't know who else you play.
I agree.
Both these teams have lost. One has
Like,
2.
I don't think that they should be included just for the sake of being included. It should be a deserving team that gets that spot, and it shouldn't be automatic every year. But
Who would be
what
on
do
the
I know?
outside
I'm just
looking
sitting
in?
here. If that wasn't the case,
Yes,
Texas was 13, right?
maybe. That'd be nice. They got
Texas,
in
Vandy, BYU. I mean, they were all sitting right there on the outside.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine being Diego Pavia and just seeing JMU go instead of Vandy. I'd be so pissed.
man.
Go on a Theo Vaughn podcast, light up the night.
Yeah, Ole Miss played Tulane week 4 this year, and Ole Miss won 45-10. Like,
Yep.
we're just gonna get the same matchup. Which I shout out to Summerall. You know, that's your boy now.
That is.
Guy's
Yeah,
freaking great
Fecka,
coach.
do you want Tulane to win or do you want them to lose?
Does he have incentives like Lane Kiffin has, where if they win, he gets paid more? He's not
Probably.
coaching them for this game, right?
Yes.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, you not hear what
Yeah.
he said? He's like, I
No.
got 2 phones, 2 teams, and 2 hours of sleep.
That's a great
That's
quote.
awesome.
Well, no, it was a good point because you look at what happened with Lane Kiffin and why did Tulane not do the same thing? And, you know, I'm curious to see like what happens from a recruitment standpoint with Florida. I mean, is he
Yeah.
actually recruiting? I'm sure he is.
I'm sure he is. And I think can I just do one better? I think it goes to show you how committed someone is to a program. You know, that's a real coach right there. I'm going to finish the season and then I'm going to go do my other duties, but I made a commitment, and it's just like in now day and age, you know, it just feels like people are making commitments and now we can't. So you're sitting down and playing
if
games.
you're
Awesome.
going against, well, hold on, if you're going against Lane Kiffin, he wanted to stay.
Well, he says he does, but the players, after their meeting with him, they've said otherwise. And honestly, I mean, if you consider the quote that you just gave from Summerall, like, it makes sense why Lane wouldn't want to either. He's going to be working 2 jobs around the clock. In his situation, those programs are also they're too big. It couldn't have worked for him to stay.
Yeah.
But it's awesome what Summerall's doing. It's super cool.
Yeah, it's
And he's saying that I don't know. I've just read tweets, but I have heard that he's not trying to steal anybody from Tulane, or he hasn't flipped anybody from Tulane to Florida so far. Which obviously, you know, it's not great for you guys, but it's very
No,
cool of him.
I don't want anybody from Tulane.
All right, that's.
Pass.
I mean, they're in the playoffs, and you guys were like 4-7 this year.
Tulane. Hold on, really quickly, just to get back to the origins of Jam. Aaron, I know this is a tough one for you because I didn't really touch on this, but our Jewish fun fact of the day is the starting quarterback for Tulane is in fact Jewish.
Yes, do you know where he was before and why he went to Tulane?
I do.
He was at BYU, and he was primed to be their starting quarterback this year. And something happened in the offseason, something that you're not allowed to participate in Utah, which you probably know of if you watch that show, Mormon Wives.
Mm-hmm.
What did he participate in?
Why we can't say it on air, but
Yeah.
you can put it together. It's pretty.
It's like
Well
one of the
known.
most common things, like, oh, you
It's-
can't do this at BYU, although
Yeah.
it's all around college campuses everywhere. Hopefully, not for me. My first half, my freshman year, it took me to the second half. But what do you do?
Admit that on live
Did
television.
he really? Good for him.
He got caught, and that broke the whatever agreement he signed with BYU. And yeah, he ended up going to Tulane. He's in the playoff, and they're not. It's kind of funny.
Shout out to Lane. Well, people, I mean, look,
Shout out
number 10
Westlife.
is where we're going to, yeah. Number 10 is where we're going to spend most of the time here. Miami. Actually, what is our conference again?
They're not in one.
No.
No,
ACC?
was it the AAC?
I don't think so. That's American Athletic. That was what Tulane was. ACC. Yeah.
You were close last week, Mark.
ACC.
You were right. The ACC did get a team in. It just wasn't the one you were thinking
That
of.
is a good point. ACC bid was, I mean, they didn't need one. They didn't have a comp champ. Miami went in. Why? Duke beat Virginia. If Virginia would have won, Virginia would have been in. Miami's sitting there at the 10. What are our thoughts? Should they be in over Notre Dame? I have my opinion, and it's very strong, and please don't say no against mine.
I think they 100% should be in over Notre Dame. What was the point of playing each other at the beginning of the season if they were going to put Notre Dame ahead of Miami with the same record? Miami actually plays in a conference. Whatever. I'm not even going to. There's no point. They should have 100% been in it. But there's no reason that Notre Dame should have been ranked ahead of Miami in the first place, and there's absolutely no reason that it should have flipped after we found out that the ACC was not going to have a team in the playoff. I mean, like, come on, that's obvious. I'm not with that. Just do right in the first place. And they had the same record. They played head to head. Put Miami ahead of Notre Dame, and then you don't even have to deal with this.
And
Mark?
you?
I mean, I agree. What's the point of these? Like, why did they jump? I'm not worried about like why they were ranked the way they were ranked, but then why did switch if they were going to ultimately get in over Notre Dame? Like what caused Miami to then jump after not playing?
Well, then that's the thing where it's like, why are you having all these pre-rankings come out if it's like actual grind time, let's pick out the 12 teams, and you do a flip for no reason? Oh, we actually went back watching it. Shouldn't that already be a part of what was going on?
Well, Aaron can probably answer this if anybody could, because I know you're not going to really know if that could, but what was the rationale?
Oh, well, the rationale was the committee said, so I'll just pause right here, let you take those words back before I explain. Notre Dame out, Miami in. Who cares
what the committee said?
Maybe win.
I know. Let's just say Bama. I don't think they should have been penalized. Do they deserve to be in? I don't know. I'm not going to tell you. I can't tell you
who else
yes
are you
or no.
going to put in there instead of Bama?
Could argue both, but yeah.
No, but the reason you can't tell is nobody really knows like what the criteria.
Exactly. There's no consistency.
It's so stupid.
All
right, let's.
It's kind of like Voyage or Biv. You ever try to make a rainbow?
Yes.
Yeah. You know,
No,
Marshawn
I
Lynch really likes Skittles.
Yeah. All right. I've been waiting for this the whole time. Sharon Moore. I would just like to say I'm on my phone 24/7, and I put my phone down for 15 minutes to talk to somebody in my office today, and I open my phone as I'm walking out into the elevator bank, and that's the news I'm hit with. My coworkers must have been confused when they heard some guy going, "Oh my god," outside of the front door, standing in front of the elevators, just walking in a circle, staring at his phone with his mouth wide open. I mean, this is absolutely insane. I have to laugh at just what has gone on in Michigan over the last couple of years. I mean, I'm never going to talk about the whole, Stallions thing. It's so over with. I mean, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it, but I'm not going to do that right now. But just all the fallout from that, all the suspensions and these breaking stories that have been popping up over the last couple of years, it's just ridiculous at this point. I actually cannot believe this happened. A rumor broke on social media about 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe even less, saying that Sharon Moore impregnated one of his female staffers. It ran, got all over the place, made it all over Twitter, Reddit. One of the lead Michigan beat writers that people trust as a sound source shut it down within a day or so. He said, "This is unequivocally false. This did not happen. Move on with your lives." So most people did, but there were a few that, to their credit, kept saying, "You guys don't understand, something crazy is going to happen." And at 4:30 something on a Wednesday afternoon, after Matt Campbell, who would have probably been one of their top targets, gets scooped up by Penn State 2-3 days ago, this just breaks out of nowhere. I mean, it's just unbelievable. For the sake of the program, for one, I don't even want to discuss the allegations because they fired him for cause. You have to be very certain if you're going to do that. So I'm interested to see what comes of this and when this details that continue to come out. Two, we had plenty of concerns. The Michigan fan base had plenty of concerns about him as a head coach. I like him as a guy. Very optimistic initially. Disappointed so far, like some things I've seen. Wouldn't say I had absolute faith in him going forward, but I do think he would have deserved another year if this didn't happen. And now this puts us in a bit of a hole where we could lose a ton of our top talent to the portal. I leave signing day was a couple days ago, which, by the way, is not a coincidence that it was announced after signing day, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's going to suck if these guys start to flip. And you're going to have to move. It's an awful time to do it. The market is dried up already. Like, everybody's been hired or extended at this point for the most part. And you're going to have to move as fast as possible because you can't risk losing half your team to the portal at this point, especially when you just signed the number one overall recruit out of high school last year, and he's making $1 gazillion. This is, if they make the right hire, this is fantastic for Michigan in the end. Not for football reasons. Not to say that this is not fantastic. This situation sucks. if not, if they strike out or it takes them too long to hire somebody else, it's gonna be a real problem. And I, by the way, completely forgot that they still have another game to play. Like we're playing Texas.
Yeah.
Like I hear on ESPN they say Biff Poggi has been announced as the interim head coach. I'm like, oh my god, I totally forgot that the season is not over. But now what? Now these guys are gonna, at least this unit, unless these guys at the portal went out of the bowl, or the guys who are going pro, like these guys are gonna be playing together again. Like I do not know what to expect. Although they looked better when Biff was the interim head coach, arguably, than they did all year under Sharon. So I don't know. I didn't have faith in him going forward. This is a shock. I'm very curious to see. My initial short list would be, of course, DeBoer's at the top, and then those rumors have been flying, and it would take a lot. Bam would probably have to get smoked, and he would have to really feel the heat for him to want to leave. I don't believe that rumor for a second, but I'll hold out until the very end. But I would say Kenny Dillingham from ASU would be a solid option. Jed Fish, Washington, he has Michigan ties already. I don't know. Maybe go after someone on Kirby Smart's staff. Like, is there another Dan Lanning? I don't know. But this is just shocking, and I don't know where we're gonna go from here, and I don't really know what to expect. It's gonna be a ride, but this couldn't have happened on a better day. I mean, we were ready to play. We were ready to play regardless.
Right?
What a story. What a world. Also, Pete Alonso was just signed with the Orioles this morning, too, and I'm a huge Mets fan, as most people know. So it's been a really wild day. Yeah. Oh, and we lost Edwin yesterday, so that was fun.
Do you think that Michigan hires somebody that's in college, or do you think they'll try and poach somebody in the NFL?
That's a great question. A lot of Michigan fans' first thoughts were, go after Jesse Minter, who, he's the defensive coordinator of the Chargers.
No,
and he's awesome. The guy's going to get a head coaching job in the NFL within the next 2 or 3 cycles at most, I would think. I mean, the guy's awesome. There's no way he would want to come back and fix this mess.
Why not? He has ties to Michigan. Wasn't he the defensive coordinator when Harbaugh was
there? Yeah, but so he's, for one, I'm not saying he's Mike Macdonald, but Mike Macdonald was in the same spot as DC under Harbaugh for 1 year, and then he went back to the Ravens as their DC, right, for a year, and then he got hired by the Seahawks, I believe.
No, he was always under their coaching staff.
No, before he came to Michigan, but I'm saying he came here for a year, and then he went back to the NFL, and then he became a head coach, I think. I think there was 1 year in between. So I think Mr. Minter's going to go down the same path. Like, I think he's already been an NFL DC for 2 years now. He's awesome. Like, I think he'll start getting interviews, and he'll probably be a hot name.
Yeah, I mean.
But sorry, one more thing. It's messy now. It's messy as hell. Like, this program, it's
Yeah, but it's Michigan.
I know. We always get through it because we're just better than the rest. But it's ugly. And also, I'm not sure if Minter was penalized in the whole Stallions thing too. Like Sharon had a couple game suspension. Stallions and Harbaugh have show causes. I don't know if Minter does. I would have to look into that.
Is Stallions eligible to be the head coach in Michigan?
First, he would have to show cause to be essentially have his ban from CFB lifted. So I don't think he's going to win that case unless he's got the world's greatest lawyers. And I don't think Michigan wants anything to do with him after all the headache he caused them. But I'm for it. That's my guy. I met him.
He's kind of a legend.
He's great.
He is. Yeah. I told him to his face. I said, "Dude, you're a legend. Like you're kind of my hero." And he was like, "Dude, that was it." And then we won.
Simple as that.
I'm very curious to see who they hire as head coach, and more importantly, when. Because, like you said, is this something that they can get done before their next game?
Yeah, ideally.
Yeah. When do they play?
But they're not. The guy's not going to coach. The new head coach.
No, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, they play New Year's Eve, I believe. It's 3 weeks. I think so. It seems like a lot of these. I don't know. I do always wonder, like, how long have these deals that get announced been in the works for? Like, obviously we knew that there were all these rumors around Lean for that long, but like a guy like Brian Hartline, the USF, like how long is that being discussed? Who knows?
Yeah.
But like it seems fast, and like a Matt Campbell to oh my god, I said Michigan to Penn State. Yeah. After they struck out on everybody. How long did that take? It only seemed like a couple days. There was really State. Oh yeah. I actually really wanted Matt Campbell, so I'm kind of disappointed.
Damn.
They got lucky.
Yeah, I mean Penn State's also a mess right now.
Yeah.
I hate Penn State.
All right, that was my Michigan rant. Happy to field questions, but
How
do you feel about it?
All the allegations are accurate that are going out about him?
I mean, they said they fired him for cause because of an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. So yeah, I would think so. I don't know if she got pregnant from it. I don't know. How do I feel about it? I mean, from a human standpoint, the situation sucks. Like, it's really unfortunate. I feel bad that they have all like this hangs over these people for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Like that sucks that it's so public. But I am pretty sure Sharon has a wife and kids, so It's a pretty bad decision. Hallie just goes, say you feel bad for the girl. I did. I thought I said I feel bad for both of them. Yeah, and I'm just saying Sharon's got a family. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for Sharon. Like you made a massive mistake. Yeah. I mean, all you do is keep it in your pants. I guess.
Whoa, hold on. I agree. Feel bad for the girl, but how did the news break?
Well, it started as a rumor. I don't know who got that information and who started the rumor.
You don't think she started the rumor?
No, why
probably
would she start
not.
the rumor?
It's probably
well, it wasn't a rumor. She started it, and it's true. No, I'm sure somebody caught them, and this just spread. I feel bad for her that this is like her. Basically, like this is the publicity she's getting. Like she's not like a public figure, it's on him. It's his mistake essentially.
We all know that his name's out there, but is her name out there?
No.
I don't know about her name, but I've seen some people speculating. I'll say that with photos and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I'm not equipped to give my.
Who am I to say?
Thoughtful analysis on this. Like, this was just, two adults made decisions, and they were poor decisions, and now we're here. Didn't want it to end like this. I was not particularly optimistic about him as a head coach, so I'm not exactly upset that he's gone from a football standpoint.
Yeah, I get that.
But it depends on who and when. Who and when's coming in.
Yeah. It's Michigan. Big whoop.
Yeah. It sucks because it's like if you... Obviously, this is not the kind of thing that you can time, but like if this happened, a month and a half ago, all of a sudden you're like, oh, all these big schools need a new head coach, but Michigan, I mean, it's a pretty big job.
Do you think that you guys are too good to need a good head coach?
No, absolutely not. I think the last, 20-some years have proved that between Harbaugh, back to Hoke, and Rich Rodriguez. I mean, the Rodriguez and Hoke eras were just unwatchable. I mean, it's dark times. So, no, I'll tell you absolutely not. Even as good of a coach as Harbaugh is, it took him years to actually figure it out, get over the hump. I will say, if they even interview Brian Kelly, I will never be seen or heard from again. Ever.
Interesting.
Ever.
They might.
I'm telling you right now, if that happens, you'll never hear from me again.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be a conversation for the decision makers now. I don't agree with it.
I really hope not. I don't see it.
That'd be bad. That'd be so bad.
I was just so Lincoln Riley being as a name thrown around. I'm like, really? Like, why? Yeah. I don't want him, honestly.
No, I don't blame him.
He hasn't had a good. He hasn't had a good. Fine, he has had a couple of good seasons. He hasn't had a great season since he's been in Oklahoma. He's been pretty underwhelming with USC. I mean, they won 10 games at most.
Yeah, exactly. I know Mark mentioned, could have made better decisions. What are some decisions that people can make that are better than what has happened with Moore? For instance, I went out and I went to the grocery store and I purchased groceries instead of door dashing something to eat tonight.
Wow, good for you.
Thanks.
That's great.
What are some other good decisions people can make?
A good decision would be interviewing Coach Ed Orgeron. Please, Michigan. Please, Ward Manuel. Consider him. Or Tigers.
Okay. There we go. Go Tigers. Mark?
Instead of picking up a glass of bourbon tonight, I decided to go with water.
Wow. Look at you.
Yeah. It's another good decision.
A good decision I made also is that I threw out the trash before Girl A comes back, so I don't get in trouble for not throwing out the trash.
So did Michigan.
So did Michigan. And that was also a lie because I didn't, because I'm a bad boy.
You're a bad boy.
I am.
I make a lot of bad decisions. I'm not really equipped to comment on making good decisions.
But what about a good decision? You've made one. Or are you just a...
Yeah, I'm looking at my good decision. She didn't even look up from her phone.
That's fine.
No,
you're nothing.
She didn't even look up from her phone. Has no idea. No,
just
she
stop.
Didn't even realize.
You don't deserve. That's gonna be. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah, what are you, crazy?
What are you, crazy?
No, that's just saying she missed it.
I look so pale. Well, people, that's Jam.
Jam who? Jam fam.
Jam fam. Build the Hoover Dam.